What's up, everybody? It is your boy Bolo J, the Link motherfucking master himself, the INWA national champion, and I'm bringing you another wonderful clip from the Impact Players podcast. Now, Impact Nation, if you heard the podcast before, you know, well, unfortunately our host, Dan the Cannon, has problems, and he loves to share these problems with the wrestling community and get them off his chest, so it's more of like a therapy session for him, but it's great content for us. This is a one clip from the Impact Players podcast with Dan's problem. Take it away, Dan.
Now, there have been a lot of people in the Impact Nation coming to the aid of Randy Orton and trying to tell me that it's okay to act unprofessional on television because he's a natural-born asshole, and this is part of the personality, and because he is so good at what he does, he is entitled to a long leash. You know what? I gotta be honest, man. I got a real problem with this, and this pisses me off. And you know what? And well, Dan the Cannon has a problem, and I don't care if he's the prototype for a heel and all of your guys' golden boy, because I still remember when Randy's entrance used to be a golden shower, and how appropriate, because your attitude is so piss poor, and you've been urinating on the industry since you stepped foot into the squared circle. They call you one of the greatest heels of all time. Well, it isn't an accident, seeing as how you were the silver spoon sissy. You received a push of a lifetime, getting the brush shoulders with Evolution, and more specifically greatness in Ric Flair, even though you couldn't sneeze without hurting your shoulder. Now, who couldn't get over after spitting in the face of all of wrestling's legends, therefore earning the moniker the Legend Killer? Well, you're killing your legend, Randall, because grown men don't let little boys spit in their face, and that is a byproduct of the respect that your father earned after being a professional for years in the industry, and they were willing to put you over. And how do you repay them? By inexcusably spitting in the face of the industry that they bled, sweat, and died for a fraction of what you're making today, just to pave the way for some adolescent asshole like yourself? Now, don't get me wrong, your dad wasn't shit, and his most memorable moment was that stupid cast he always wore, and more specifically, being the hot rod's bitch. But your dad's endorsement and the fact that you are a second-generation wrestler was enough to put you on the map and get you in the door. Now, it was extremely unprofessional for Randy Orton to visually show frustration on Monday, and he is one of the few guys who actually does that kind of crap and gets away with it. If he would have trained in Japan or in the dungeon, this kind of shit wouldn't be happening. They teach you discipline and restraint, and in case something like this should happen, and it is obvious that Randy is lacking both. Now, that's what happens when you're a second-generation snob who has had everything handed to him and never had to work for shit. Not only that, but his adolescent behavior oftentimes translates into a push for some God-unknown reason. So why would he start acting like a grown-up now? He's being billed as the next big thing, even though he is being a bitch in the ring. So let me get one thing clear, Randy. When Mr. Kennedy accidentally botches a belly-to-back suplex, he should be fired immediately, inexplicably, with no questions asked. But you can intentionally and frequently throw hissy fits of epic proportions and show your frustrations on camera because some stupid monkey in the truck forgot to hit Kofi Kingston's music? What makes you so fucking special, man? I'm sick of it. And what's that complacent look in your eyes all about? It takes you longer to get to the ring than Triple H. What the hell are you staring at for so long, stupid? You're an overhyped, underachieving, over-actor, and if it wasn't for the lack of depth on the roster, you wouldn't even be a factor. You think the world revolves around you? Well, bitch, get a clue. The coolest thing about you is your tribal tattoo. They dropped the IED tag, and I just don't get it, because it stands for immature, egotistical dickhead, and don't you fucking forget it. Damn, I feel better.
Voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
If you gotta hear more of this great wrestling content, join us at theimpactplayers.webs.com. That's theimpactplayers.webs.com.